My Carmel, she was a Mustang. She was dope though. Like she would come there and she'd be like, why are you and then she'd be like, oh well, and she'd be like, no, like we're literally going out of the way, like let them go home to their family, like it's their last time here, like something has to be quietly. Like she was stupid and we would always do no music since 1600.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các cô chú anh chị và các bạn. Hôm nay mình sẽ đi Catalina. Khai nặng nha. Nhìn ngoài đẹp ha. Để đi vào trong Okay, đây là trạm chờ xe buýt của tour Discover Avalon. Bắt đầu vào 10 giờ 15 sáng. Hai vé, một vé là 28 đồng ha. Hai vé 5. Discover Avalon.
Your left hand side. It's open today. Today's Sunday. I say that because tomorrow it will be closed. Mondays. Mondays is when the museum is closed. So if you're gonna, you plan to do the museum tomorrow. No, I'll do it today. So yeah. And then do you see this building on your right hand side? This is the Santa Catalina Island Company headquarters. Now that's very important to me. That's where I pick up my paycheck. Yeah, that's the company I work for. The post office through those glass doors on your right hand side. Now if you're not aware of this, Avalon is the only city on the island. It's a very small city. We got one grocery store, one post office. We got one bank. Do you see this building on your right hand side? That's the only bank that we have on the island. And do you see that bus?
Yeah.
That's a 1953 flexible bus. I used to drive it a lot. We had a fleet of 5 of these things driving interior tours. But these are old buses. They don't sell these parts anymore, so they retired them. This one's going to be a food truck. Sad, right? Man, there's way too many things for me to hit today. I mean, golf carts is worth 50 points, right? Oh, you guys are so generous. You're my type of people, so violent. Now, do you see that Via Casino archway over there on your right-hand side? Behind that, that building is the Tuna Club, the oldest saltwater fishing club in North America, built in 1898. Beyond that's another white building called the Yacht Club, built in 1924. And on Sugarloaf Point, that's our icon, our casino, built in 1929. Now there's 2 layers to that building. The bottom layer is a movie theater. The top layer is the world's largest circular ballroom. Fits over 6,000 people up there. It is a gorgeous building. We offer tours to go inside that building every day. And I think that you'd appreciate a little history behind that word casino, because like you, I thought it meant gambling. And it doesn't mean that. It's a Latin-based word. It's the same meaning in Spanish and Italian. It means a place of gathering, a place of entertainment. And that's exactly what that building was built for. It wasn't until the 50s, you know, the mobster, the mafia, they opened up Las Vegas. They're also Italian. So they know what that word means. So they thought the word casino sounds better than the other 2 words, gambling halls. So I thought you'd appreciate a little history of that word casino. So, all right, let me go ahead and turn a left right here. Let's see if people will let me. All right, go ahead and wave goodbye to these people on your left, because that's the last time you'll see them. Yeah, that's the first time we've seen them. So I'm going to turn a right up here. Do you see this tan beige house in the corner? Do you see that house right there? That is the oldest house in Avalon, built in 1888 by George Chateau. Now, if you recognize that guy's name, George Chateau was one of the original owners in Catalina. He was the one that designed the city of Avalon, and at the time it was called Chateau Town after his namesake. But it didn't sound like a vacation resort. So his sister-in-law, she was living in that house at the time. She was reading a book by Lord Tennyson called Idylls of the King. And that book was about King Arthur going to the Isles of Avalon. They loved the name Avalon so much, they decided to name the city Avalon. And that's how the city got its name. Isn't that pretty? Oh yeah. All right, now we're going to turn on left right here. Get your cameras ready. We got a nice picture postcard moment coming up ahead on the driver's side. We're not going to be there too long. I'm going to talk. Gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is. I totally agree. All right, so I'm going to put it in hard. And then to talk about a few things while we're here. Do you see that that mountain across the way from us, that white mansion on the very, very top, that was the former mansion of William Wrigley Jr. And when I say Wrigley, do you know who I'm talking about? The gum, exactly. Double mint, spearmint, juicy fruit, the owner of the Chicago Cubs Wrigley Field. That's the guy. He purchased this whole island in the year 1919 for approximately $3 million. And that's where he lived with his wife, Ada Bell, in 1921. And today, it's a bed and breakfast called the Inn on Mount Ada. So you could actually stay there. It's expensive to stay there, though. You're looking to spend in between $800 to $1,000 a night, 2 nights minimum. That's a lot of money. I'm still saving up my tip money for that. Yeah. Do you see that long white wall right below that mansion? Do you know what that is? That's the longest wall in LA County without graffiti on it. Yeah, I know.
How long will that last?
I know. Well, it's been going okay. All right, now do you see this this mansion right below us? This with a beautiful grass and a fountain. This house right here, that's another Wrigley mansion. So that's Allison Wrigley's house. She's the great-granddaughter of William Wrigley Jr. She's the owner of this company that I work for, and she is a really nice lady too. She's basically. So that's the first line right there.
I heard you guys were putting in a winery. Is that true?
Yes, there's a vineyard out there in the middle of the island. That's Allison Wrigley's Arabian Horse Ranch. She does have a vineyard out there already. They're growing 3 grape wines out there right now. The Pinot Noir, the Zinfandel, and the Chardonnay. So they're going to start that tour soon. And they're going to definitely have a special wine tasting room for the bus drivers. Really? You see the ocean. It's nice. The 3rd line is a roller coaster line. The 4th line is a Tarzan line. You go through trees.
I'm scared.
And the 5th line goes all the way to Descanso Beach area. That's our party line. And then one day it will go wireless.
Really?
Yeah, you look forward to that, right?
Look down, it's the ocean.
I know, there's another question I should have asked earlier, and I just didn't. Does anyone have a fear of heights? Because it's too late.
I should say it's too late.
Yeah, I can't back up from here. I don't think you would want me to back up from here, right?
No.
A restaurant down there. And later on, I'm going to give you a coupon because it's nice to save money, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the business down there, and you can get quick photo as I briefly stop right here. There's the casino building. I talked about that, and then there's the Wrigley Mansion. I talked about that, and look at all those boats. And my boat is out there. Do you see it?
Where?
Yeah, it's the white one.
On the way.
It's the one floating. It's got a motor. Do you see it?
Casino.
You know, when I have children on board, they get really upset with me when I say that. They're all white. Which one? To evacuate, and I said no. I mean, what freaked me out was my phone alert. You know, you saw that the phone alert as Californians, Southern California especially, the LA County. I got two alerts, and it freaked me out. I called my boss up. Is it mandatory evacuation? He said no. And but I think that it's important that we over-prepare than under-prepare, don't you think? I mean, I think that's better.
Yeah, better safe to be something.
Yeah, but we survived. I stayed on the island. I didn't evacuate. And then this is the Zangre Pueblo right in front of us on the right. Zangre was a famous Western writer. He wrote over 90 books about the West. He built this house in 1926. He lived in there until he passed away in 1935. And then after that, it was converted to a hotel. So it's a nice hotel.
That's a hotel?
That's a hotel now. The famous writer's house, and then now it's a hotel.
Cool.
And I really like this house in front of us. It's got some animals in the front yard. Do you see that? He's got a monkey in the tree. There's a snake on the roof. Do you see they got a sea turtle, a sea lion, 2 alligators, a pelican, and a monkey?
A monkey. So cool. Oh.
That's our local celebrity, Curious George, right there. Curious George is naked. Yeah. I really like this drawing in front of us. Do you see this painting right here? Look at this mural. I love it. This is of the prickly pear cactus plant. This cactus is all over the island. It's an indicator of what type of island this is. It's in between a desert and a Mediterranean. Someone's not doing their job. They're not dusting. This is the whole thing is the compound right here. This is the servants' quarters on the top right, and look at that. This is the garages, small vehicle garage. So I will come back to that a little after I explain about this. Up ahead on the left-hand side, that house right there. Now let me go ahead and shut this off right here. When I was hired to be a tour guide for this company in 2011, this was an empty lot. One of the real estate agents had their sign up like that. That sign right there. They had the sign up, the phone number. I called the number. How much for the land? $3 million.
$3 million.
For just the land. That land is also just $3 million. And it eventually sold to a family, this thing right here. It eventually sold to a family, and that family hired one of the local construction companies to build the house. And it went over budget several times, but this ultimately became a $10 million house. There is one more thing that I would like to say about this house, but I gotta say it when I'm over there. Yeah, they're home. So here's the thing. If you're gonna spend $10 million in a house, you might want an ocean view. You agree?
I agree.
Yeah, because $10 million is still a lot of money. I know that house in front of us right there, that one has an ocean view, that one has an ocean view, that one has an ocean view, but that one does not. And I know for sure if the owners of that house heard me say that, they might get really upset. They say, oh, that short Asian chick talking about my house again. Yeah, and it's true. I'm going to talk about it all day long. This is just my first tour. Somewhere, and down there on your left-hand side, that's one of the places where they put the workers, but it's not free rent. They do pull the rent out of your paycheck. So sometimes I do feel like I'm working for free. Yeah, and who's FICA? Good thing that they offer
The hotel.
a free shuttle ride. All right, now do you see this road over here on your right hand side? If we took that road, it would take us to the cemetery. And they say there's some locals dying to get in. Yeah. So you see that sign? It says not a through street, it's a dead end. Yeah.
Is this the golf course coming up?
Yes. So there's the driving range up ahead on the right. Do you see this building on your left-hand side? This was the official clubhouse for the Chicago Cubs. Their shower room, their locker room, and then there is the practice field. It used to be down there. The practice baseball field used to be down there on the right-hand side, but no longer. The reason why is because the city of Avalon is very small. They ran out of places to build things, and so what you're seeing building-wise, what used to be over the practice field, a 12-bed hospital. So if you do get sick, you got to take turns. Yeah. Very small. Now this neighborhood that we're driving through right now, this is called the Flats. It's called the Flats because this is the flattest part of Catalina. These homes are the single-digit $1 million homes. And a lot of people do ask me, why do we have a lot of golf carts around? The reason why is because the city of Avalon is not designed for big vehicles. You notice a lot of these homes, they don't have a garage. You see it? There's a street parking, a carport maybe, but no garages. And if you're going to allow big vehicles to be driven out here, you've got to limit the number. And they do. They have a full-size vehicle restriction of 800. You're probably wondering, well, what does that mean? Well, let's say you purchase a $2 million condo right away. You want to bring over your full-size vehicle from the mainland to here. It is an 18 to 20-year waiting list. I know, that's a long time to wait, right? So meanwhile, while you're waiting, you can drive a golf cart. So that's why we got a lot of golf carts around.
Does it get cold in the winter?
It does. And last winter in December of last year, there was a couple of nights that was about 35 degrees. That's not snowing cold, but that was, I remembered that. I had to put the heater on. I actually had to put the heater on. Up ahead on the right-hand side, there is a small yellow sign that I take major offense to. As we pass it, you're going to read what it says. It says, "Though children at play, how dare they judge our children?" Yeah. How do they know our children are slow, right? Oh, what is that really about? I mean, commas are important.
So tell me, do you have a favorite restaurant? Is there a good one? What do you think?
No, you know what? Like I said earlier, I work where you vacation, so I can't afford nothing. But if there's like a, you know, like a special event, like my birthday or something like that, I mean, saving up my pennies. Do you see this restaurant over here on your left-hand side in DMK? Fish House? I like that one. But I realize sushi is not for everyone, right? This is a fish house, and but they do have like a 100% Angus burger. They do have a chicken breast sandwich and stuff, and the salads and stuff. But I love their sushi. My favorite one is called rattlesnake roll. It's not made of rattlesnake. It looks like a rattlesnake because of the avocado on the top. It looks like it's the decoration on the top. And but you know what? It's $20 for that one roll. It's worth it, but it's $20. Do you see this right here? This is one of our public beaches right there on your left-hand side. If you look very carefully, you might see some of our endemic animals, the shirtless man. Yeah, sometimes it's nice. Yeah. I do like the lobster trap too. The lobster trap on Catalina Avenue. Us locals, we go to that one too. That one's a nice one. And then there is let's see. I like Maggie's Blue Rose. That's a high-end Mexican restaurant.
Tried that.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
I really like that one. My coupons are good at the Descanso Beach Club. Like I said, I like their nachos. And Avalon Grill is pretty good. Julia, say hi to Julia if you're going to eat dinner. They only offer dinner, though, at that restaurant. She's the restaurant manager, Julia. So she's my buddy. And you can use my coupon at that restaurant. And let's see. Sand Trap, I like the breakfast there. This is, you all came by boat, right?
Yes.
So you recognize this spot right here on your left-hand side. This is the Cabrillo Mall. This is where the commercial boats dock. The Catalina Flyer, the Catalina Express, San Pedro, Long Beach, Dana Point, Newport Beach. And this body of water over here on your left-hand side. This is the Lovers Cove Marine Preserve. It's protected waters by the state of California and the city of Avalon. There is no fishing allowed, but you can go swimming and snorkeling. Our waters are cold though. It's cold. So if you're brave enough to go in that water. Do you see this big chunk of rock over there on your left-hand side? That is called Abalone Point. You look very carefully. You might see examples of our water birds. Those small blackbirds in the water, those are called cormorants. You might see pelicans and white egrets and blue herons and other types of birds. But you know, the most majestic bird of the sea, and then those birds that fly over the bay, the bagels. Yeah, that's my second best joke. Did you like that? That's a true dad joke, and dad jokes are wonderful. And I know that Father's Day is already passed. It was 2 months ago. But for the fathers back there, I would like to dedicate that joke to you. Happy Father's Day. You deserve another day, don't you agree? Yeah, because Mother's Day is every day. Yeah. Now that, out there on your left-hand side, not only is that the ocean, but that is also called the San Pedro Channel. That is one of the actually, I was recently corrected by my boat captain for the Glass Bottom Boat Tour. He told me this is the deepest channel in the world, with depths up to 3,500 feet straight down. Sunlight only goes down 2,000 feet. So anything beyond 2,000 feet is sea monsters. So that's why I'm a land tour guide. Sea monsters are scary, aren't they? It's too scary. And did you watch that movie, Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a scary movie, wasn't it? The whole thing just freaked me out. There's a clownfish. Oh, clowns are scary. But right there's the helicopter. It's about to land. You see it?
Yes.
And so yeah, I gotta do it. It lands in the back of this restaurant. It's from San Pedro to Avalon. $180 each way per person. But I gotta do it. At least once, right? I gotta do it.
From San Pedro.
Pretty cool. Can't get
$7.97 for premium, $7.58 for diesel. How much is it where you live? Is it's gotta be cheaper than where do you live?
Cheaper.
Boston, how much? Popular or otherwise. And we do rely on Mother Nature for fresh drinking water, but like I said earlier, we got over 30 inches of rain this year. So pretty today, isn't it?
Cháu xuống để lần khác mà tới lại.วันnày cháu xuống để lần khác mà quay trở lại đảo.